Ranking the best quarterbacks in Madden 24. We are back here with another tier list update. Today we got quarterback. Now, right before we do go ahead and get into the new quarterbacks real quick, we do have to update the old tier list real quick. Also, this part right here I did record before the new AKA drop. So if we got an AKA quarterback, don't worry, it'll be at the end of the video. I think William Perry and Andrew Luck are still in this S tier. And let me explain why I think William Perry still has a argument for best quarterback in the game. Talk about the S tier later. I think 1 through 4 is a complete debate. Now, I'm going to move what's called the D tier into F tier for sure, locked in. C tier going down to D, B tier going down to C, and A tier going down to B, and Lamar Jackson is now in this A tier for me. And this is what the tier list is looking like. So when we talk about William Perry though, the reason why I think William Perry can still be argued the best quarterback in the game, has crazy mobility, best release in the game with the traditional 4. Also, however, Travis Kelce, Puka Nacua, all these 0 AP apprentice receivers that we're starting to get, really valuable when you have William Perry, right? You can go Rod Smith as well as like another outside receiver that gets like wide receiver apprentice. It's basically like you can create How Route Master if you have William Perry. So that's why I think he can still be argued best quarterback in the game. Now let's go ahead and get it started right here with the first new quarterback. We got the field pass Joe Montana. I dropped the gameplay on this card. He can also get up to a 94 overall with 81 speed. But let me talk about this card real quick, just base 92 overall. Not really too mobile, and the accuracy, stow power all look like okay, hits all the accuracy thresholds. Every quarterback we have today gonna hit the accuracy threshold. Thing that's unique on him is traditional 1. I believe no one else in the game gets this release right now. And if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I just said traditional 4 is the best. This might be the best release I used. Now, he doesn't get set feet lead, and that's the reason why it's so hard to rank this card though. So what he does get though, however, is Master Tactician, that is essentially Conductor, Hot Route Master, and QB Playmaker on the 1 ability for 5 AP. What I ran on him then was Gunslinger and also Gift Wrapped for 7. What you could do as well is you could run Fearless in Gunslinger, you could run Pocket Deadeye in Gunslinger, and Pocket Deadeye if you're passing the pocket. It gives you the blue accuracy for every single throw. It's actually really, really nice because blue accuracy means you get the perfect throw. So Joe Montana, where does he rank throughout the game? When I tell you I don't know where to rank this card, it's so insane. A lot of people will probably put him like F or like D tier. I think he is B. I think you can argue placement. I am placing him above the set feet league guys that I don't really love the release. I think you can argue him that he's like top into this B tier, man. I really, really like Joe Montana's card, and if you haven't used him, I recommend trying him out. And I might actually be the person that's the highest on Joe Montana. He's gonna slightly make this B tier for me. Now after that, we get Campus Hero Johnny Manziel, that but with the stickers can get up to 93 overall with 94 speed, 94 acceleration. The stats look good on him, but the thing I hate is generic 1. I just don't know why, because his previous card, right, this Johnny Football card, had traditional 2. We're gonna talk about traditional 2 a little bit later. This is also one of the best releases in the game. I just don't understand why they went from giving him one of the best ones to one of the worst ones. Maybe because they just don't want us to have a good free card. I just think that's actually stupid though. Like that was one of their worst decisions. Now, when we talk about his abilities and everything too, right? He does get 0 AP gift wrap. That's nice. I would run the set feet lead and also the gunslinger on him in total for 7 AP. I don't think he's good though. In my opinion, this is who I would rather run than him. Probably everyone. I'd put him right here. I would. I mean, Vic is kind of like also like the odd man out as well. He's one of the worst set feet lead quarterbacks. If you want to argue C, I guess Johnny Manziel, I just think he actually has the worst release in the game. I'm actually gonna move Herbert up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move Herbert up in the C, and I don't love his release either. He has the Warm Moon one, but I hate Johnny Manziel's release. Like Herbert, somewhat throw the ball. Like Johnny Manziel with that Gen 1, I just can't do it. And now after that, we also get Compass Reward right here, Tommy DeVito. Now don't get me wrong, thinks this is a cool card, but 85 speed, 85 acceleration, somewhat mobile, 93 speed, 90s across the board for accuracy. Again, from a release standpoint, exactly what I just said, has generic 1. And also something that I'm starting to like value on quarterback is throw tight spiral on yes. To me, when they have this on no, it's like when the ball is released, it feels like it gets there slower, and it might just be a visual thing, but man, it feels like it's slower. Anyway, so DeVito though, when we take a look at his abilities, right, he will only get pass lead elite on his LTD version, the top 1000 version. For discount, gets 2 AP Howard Master, 0 AP comeback. His abilities suck. Like this is a bad quarterback card. I'm so like the only way he's somewhat usable is if you get his LTD version, and I mean even then, man, he is just bad. If you have the LTD version, I'll slightly put him D by like Johnny Manziel, but if you have just his base card, he's F tier, like easily F tier, but LTD version D tier. All right, and now we get into some interesting cards right here. We got Jordan Love. There's 3 quarterbacks that I just get so many questions on, and we're actually covering them all 3 in a row. So Jordan Love right here, 92 speed, 88 acceleration, 95 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, Slinger 1 as release. So the biggest thing on these cards is the release preference. So we talk about Slinger 1, and also Jordan Love right here, he gets a discount Howard Master, Seffi Lead, lead. What that means is, right, run Howard Master or set feet lead for discount. You can then run like the opposite ability in this spot right here. Set feet lead Howard Master in total for 7 AP. And then on top of that, I would run a gift wrap for 1 AP total. What that means is, right, you get the combo of set feet lead, Howard Master, and what's called gift wrap. Love that combo. I'm going to go ahead and place him in the A tier. I think you can argue if he's better than Lamar Jackson. I think you can. Like either way, I see the argument. I do. They both came out at the same time. It's Tua. They're both pretty mobile, 91 speed, 94 throw power. I know a lot of people don't like left-handed quarterbacks, so they just auto went Jordan Love. But when we talk about Tua, gets the same exact ability stack, also has generic 2 as a release. So when we talk about generic 2 for Slinger 1, I think Slinger 1 is a little bit better underneath in like the middle of the field. Gen 2, I like a little bit more for the deep ball and on the sideline. It is literally release preference. When I say release preference, it's literally, it's up to you and your scheme, man. I can't decide that for you. For me, Tua is going to go ahead and be right by Jordan Love. And again, you can argue either which way, which one's better. And after that, we get another playoff QB right here. We get Josh Allen with 90 speed, 95 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. The one thing that is kind of bad on the card is sense pressure paranoid. I don't like that. I didn't like that on Jalen Hurts, but he does have Slinger 3. Slinger 3 I actually don't mind. It has a little bit of a wind up, but the ball gets out quick. I don't know if that makes sense, but like wind up is kind of bad, but the release feels fast. If you're facing a very, very heavy blitz or like the A gap blitz and people are backing off their slot CBs, does get a little bit tough sometimes with it, but there's only like 3 releases in the game that doesn't get tough. So we talk about abilities though. So first off, unstoppable wise, you get some unstoppable abilities like unstoppable escape artist, fearless, gunslinger, Howard Master, run and gun. I was running the unstoppable gunslinger to try to stack that with the base gunslinger we already had. Didn't really make too much of a difference. I went ahead and stacked the unstoppable fearless on top of that to again kind of help that sense pressure paranoid, and it's relatively easy to get. Now when we talk about his base abilities, hot route master 1 AP, set feet lead 6 AP. That means you can also run a gunslinger on top of that. So gunslinger, set feet lead, Howard Master in total for all 8 of your AP. I think that is absolutely amazing. For me, Josh Allen, this is where it gets interesting. So you can say Andrew Luck and William Perry are better if you like their release and you have all the apprentice receivers. Now, if you do not have the coins for like Puka Nacua or Travis Kelce, I think Josh Allen is better than them. So it's really dependent on your team. Either way, I think they are all S tier quarterbacks. And now right after that, we do get Jared Goff with 82 speed, 87 acceleration, 94 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, has generic 2, same as Tua. And when we look at his abilities this time though, I think he's a little bit slept on because he's in the same drop as Josh Allen, but gunslinger for 0, set feet lead, and also gift wrap for 1. In total, that's 6 out of your 8 AP. What you could do is, again, you could kind of do it like William Perry. You have the apprentices. You could make him extremely usable. I am going to go ahead and put Jared Goff. This might be the highest you see Jared Goff as well, but I'm also putting him in this A tier. I would say he's more like bottom end, maybe could see him B tier, but I really like his ability stack. I think he is a really good quarterback. And now right after that, we get legend Drew Brees with 84 speed, 94 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. It has traditional 3 as a release, which is the same release as Mac Jones and Dan Marino. It's not bad, which is the same release as Mac Jones and Dan Marino. It's not bad. It's not it's not good either, but abilities this time, gets gunslinger, protected, and fearless, gets set feet lead for 5. So you go set feet lead, gunslinger, gift wrap for 7. That's not really great value right now. You could go set feet lead, fearless for all 8 of your AP, but I did gunslinger, Howard Master, and gift wrap when I use this card. It's just not great at this point, right? Like I would be curious. I would love to see a quarterback that gets like the really good stack that we just covered. I think he doesn't really too mobile either. I'm gonna place him like C. He could be B tier. I don't hate it. A little bit more mobility for Drew. After that, we do get Josh Dobbs right here, aka Passionaut, with 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 94 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time for release, does have that Gen 2 release, same as Jared Goff and Tua. And the one thing I don't like about the card though is so tight spiral on though. That was the one thing that kind of like threw me off when I was using the card. When we look at his abilities though, right? So X Factor wise, gets fearless that starts on. That is actually really, really nice. We'd love to see that. And for like real discount abilities, gets pass lead elite or Howard Master for discount. Now, when we talk about pass lead elite, okay? Pass lead elite and set feet lead are the same exact ability. Do not let people tell you it is not the same exact abilities. All that changes is when you roll out, you let go of sprint with set feet lead like you're using roaming Deadeye, and you keep holding sprint with pass lead elite like you're using dashing Deadeye. That's the only difference to get the velocity to work with set feet lead. That's literally it. But Josh Dobbs, I think he is a very, very solid quarterback for me. I'm putting him right by Jordan Love, Tua, Jared Goff. I think out the bunch, you can say he's the best. I don't hate that. I don't think he's an S tier quarterback. I don't. Again, it's really all preference because I just didn't like that throw tight spiral on no. And now right after that, we do get Kyler Murray, 95 speed, 95 acceleration. Again, good throw power, good accuracies, has Slinger 4 as a release. I believe he's the only quarterback in the game that has that release. Like it's his unique release. And again, I don't think it's like a trash release by any means. Now, if we take a look at Kyler Murray's abilities, however, right, this is how they got us though. So he was the first person to get discounted set feet lead after they raised set feet lead to 5 AP. They gave it to him for 4 AP. So We look at his abilities though, right? I mean, you would go set feet lead, gunslinger, and gift wrapped for 7 out of your 8 AP. He's not a bad quarterback. It's just literally like I think it was the day after is when we got Tua and Jordan Love that stacked set feet lead and high route master that I thought was a little bit more game changing. For me, Kyler Murray is going to go ahead and make this B tier for sure. I think he's a little bit worse than these guys. I like that mobility on Kyler as well. And right after that, we got Derek Carr with 88 speed, 90 acceleration, 95 throw power, good accuracies across the board. Release does have that Gen 2 release. And now when we look at his abilities this time, gift wrapped or gunslinger for 0. So potentially gift wrapped, set feet lead in total for 5 AP, and then gunslinger on top of that for 7. It's not bad value. I just think he's more along the lines of like Kyler Murray than he is like Tua, Jared Goff, and Josh Dobbs. So I'm putting him top into this B tier right here. I could maybe see the argument for A tier. I could, but to me, I think I think Josh Dobbs, Tua, and Jared Goff are better. They have the same release. I like Goff's ability stack better than Derek Carr's. And now final card of the video right here, we got playoff CJ Stroud, and this card is amazing. So 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 95 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. And he has that traditional 2 release. That is the Joe Burrow release. It was Johnny Manziel's old release. One of the best in the game. This can be argued second best. I think traditional 1, traditional 2, traditional 4 are all really great releases. Now, when we look at CJ Stroud from an ability standpoint, however, this is where he gets crazy. So first off, gets gift wrapped for 0 AP. They made his LTD just insane. So gift wrapped for 0. Also gets hot route master for 1. So that means he gets a stack of gift wrapped, hot route master, set feet lead, and also gunslinger for all 8 of your AP. That's literally everything you need in this game. And you can also get like unstoppable gunslinger as well to try to stack that on top of the gunslinger you already have. So CJ Stroud for me, man, this is what the S tier quarterback looks like. And yeah, boys, we do have one final card to go over, and it is Steve McNair, aka Air McNair. Had a feeling we were going to get an AKA quarterback. I don't know why, but yeah. So anyway, so he's 93 speed. The acceleration agility a little bit low, but I use this card and that gameplay will be linked at the end of this one. Like I said, 93 speed, great accuracy, great throw power, has traditional 4. That same release has William Perry and Lamar Jackson, and of course Andrew Luck as well. But the big thing, of course, is abilities. So you can do a bunch of different things from him with an ability perspective. Well, we just talk about base abilities, right? You could potentially run hot route master, set feet lead in total for 6, and then a gunslinger on top of that for 8, like the Josh Allen stack. I think that's ideal as well. Or what you could do is set feet lead, gunslinger for 6, and then also run this backyard QB ability with gift wrapped in total 7. And this is essentially hot route master plus QB playmaker. You have it for 6 downs, and then it comes off for 5, and then again it's back on for 6. So you can get a hot route master throughout the entire game. I think Steve McNair can be argued from QB3 to QB1. I think wherever you have him, I think that's where he is for me though. It's tough though. Like there's still reason to maybe run William Perry over him. There is. If you want hot route master, he's better than William Perry, I think. But if you want the gift wrap, then Stroud is better as well. So like, 1 through 3 is very, very tough. I do think Luck and Allen are still better than everyone in A. So yeah, man, this is what the quarterback tier list is looking like. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments though. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? If you guys did enjoy this video though, you enjoy content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Stay updated with the best cards in Madden. Now, if you guys do want to watch me use some of these quarterbacks live, I stream Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern. We'd love to see y'all on some streams, man. Here on YouTube and also Twitch. To watch on YouTube, make sure to hit that noti bell as well. Or to check out the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, again, this was that Air McNair gameplay.